Okay. First, let me tell you, my name is Arthur Mack. I'm better known in the world of fighting boxing as Fleetwood. Fleetwood Hooperville, or just Fleetwood. I'm from originally from Tompkins Projects. More recently, grew up in Lafayette Gardens, and it was there that I actually learned how to fight. Or let's put it like this: it was there that I had taken enough of getting my behind whooped and actually learned how to do something about it. My first fight was with a guy named Larry Waring, and he's like looked like a silverback gorilla, big black dude. And when we were younger, coming on the J train past from Richmond Hill past Elder Lane and all the way to Broadway Junction, there was little ride on there, and all the guys and the girls would get on the train, and when the Elders Lane train stopped open, you got more girls coming from different school, and we'd be playing the dozens. Now the dozens is when you rank on somebody about their mother, whatever, just draw laughs. And when you can't fight, you're a prankster, that's just it. Either you're a fighter or you're a lover, or in this case, a prankster. So, me and Larry had gotten into it, and I was really I was on a roll. That particular day, I was on a real roll. I mean, I had everybody crying, tears in the eyes right there. And you can see, you ever seen a black guy turn red? Well, he was that was it. That was it. He was red in the face, and I was like, but I wasn't worried about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool. You started it, now take it. So when we got back to the projects, I was living in 415, and my brother, by a different mother, Punch, Samson Sanders, he was like me and him was inseparable, me and Punch. He said, yo, you want me to walk with you to the building? Now, that's the type of record I had up until then, where my best friend might want to walk me to the building, so this way I don't nothing happen with Larry. I told him, nah, go ahead, man. I'm everything all right. I ain't worried about Larry. So we got and it was customary for after when we got out of high school, right, junior high school, out of high school, we would go get down on a bag of weed, a couple of quarts of beer, 44 Ogo, and smoke weed in the staircase. So that's what we were doing. We had all putting out a little bit of money, and somebody went to go get a dime bag of weed. That's when it came in yellow little envelopes. And we was in the lobby, 415, and he walked up to me and said, "So you like to tell jokes today, huh?" I was like, "What?" Now I thought it had gotten faster, but evidently Larry was holding on to this for the whole ride. So I said, "Man, come on, Larry, And before I could say anything, he mushed my head, bang, into the mailbox. I was standing right behind the mailbox, and I was shocked. Naturally, I was like, what? I was like, so naturally I said, yo, man, if you do that again, man, before I even said that shit, he said, what? Bum, he did it again. I was like, this motherfucker here for real? I said, man, if you do it again, man, we gonna fight. He said, do what? And he did it again. I was like, okay, that was 3 months. Now, and I would try to prevent this. I try to give him the best chance. And when I say I try to give him the best chance, that I was more or less saying I was trying to give myself a chance not to get an ass whooping that day, because I know it was coming. I mean, he looked like a silverback gorilla, and he had a nasty attitude. Like Black Larry Waring, anybody know him? No, I'm telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? He tried to be funny. Sometimes he had a little sense of humor, but when you flip the game on him with that, especially girl, he could get that. And I remember, I never forget. He had some big hands, and they like kind of folded, the fingers went back a little bit. They got a little odd shape to them, and he took his whole hand and just mushed it. Bang! And I was like, okay. So we went outside. And we start bouncing around. Larry, though, he just got an ass. He got it easy. Right? This is not even on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm not registering a 5 yet on a recognition fight about fighting. So he ain't got nothing to fear. And Larry is up there by the 7s and the 8s and the 9s and stuff. We started fighting. The next thing I know, I don't know what it was. I don't know how it started. I don't know what happened, how it happened. But I shot a jab out there. Boom! That was the first jab of this legendary fighting career. I shot that jab and caught him. Boom! He was shook. I was like, it wasn't. You know what? My reaction was. He was shocked, but I was probably more shocked than he was. I was like, wow, that shit looked kind of sweet there. And so next thing I know, I did it again. Bah, bah, bah. And I'm like, now not only did I put one together, but I put a combination together. And these combinations was precise. I mean, they were catching them right on the jaw. I was like, what? And everybody, now, you would figure it would be a whole lot of noise of people standing around. Like I said, it was, by the time we got out of school at 2:45, by the time we got home about 3:45, 4 o'clock, you got some people coming home from schools late, and you got some people coming home early from school, from work. So there's a nice side crowd around us. And you would figure after I shot off a nice jab and then a combination, you figure everybody, oh! It wasn't none of that. Motherfuckers was standing there with their mouths open like, what the fuck? Who is this? Is that Fleet? Right? Because everybody was in shock. And it was only until I started skipping around, I was like, yeah, motherfucker, you want to mush me? You want to mush me? You want to mush me? Now, you know what's going on? I noticed my confidence level is growing. I'm getting, and now I'm not going to say I had full confidence, but it's growing. It's growing. With that confidence level, I become to take more risk. Doing stuff that I've never done before. As I said, this was my first fight. This was what set it off. I mean, and I have to thank Larry for that, because it may have never happened, or might have happened later. But you were the recipient of my first bona fide ass whooping, and you will always be a part of my life. Remember that, Larry. Okay, son. All right. I'll make you famous. Now listen. So I'm shooting. I'm skipping like you. I'm doing a little thing like Muhammad Ali. I'm just skipping on my feet and I'm shooting. I'm a tap. So now I told you, he's like a gorilla. He runs up to me, he catches me, and he grabs me, and we fall on the floor. At that time, Chucky Little was one of he lived in 411. I know his family very well. Chucky Little was the one. He ran out the building. He seen us wrestling on the floor, and I'm not a wrestler. I'm not even a fighter up until then. But but the wrestling thing, I remember this is my first fight. Eventually I'll learn how a person, because everybody wants it. When you start winning and you knocking everybody out, and everybody know they about to get knocked out, they want to grab. So it was only it was only the normal occurrence that I would eventually learn how to defeat the grab. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, the grabbing thing is not even an issue. After as I evolved as a fighter, then grabbing became not an issue. I knew how to. These are some of the philosophies that I'm going to bestow upon you about how to, when somebody's trying to grab me. But getting back to the main story about Black Larry. All right, so now he goes to grab me before on the floor. Chuck Little runs over because they said, and I'm looking at Chuck like this, and I never forget. He was like, "Yo, do what he did to you." And remember, he mushed me. So the way we landed was somehow I was laying halfway on top of him, and I took his head and I mushed it. Boom! One time, he was diced. I did it again. Bam! I was like, "Nigga, you want to mush my?" I did him 3 times, just like he did me. Bam! And then I got up. And after I got up, he was dazed. Right? We were standing there. I said, "Yeah, man." I hit him 2 more times. Boom, boom. Now he couldn't. I swear, he never touched me. Never laid a hand on me. I whipped him thoroughly. Never touched him, because I guess he was still in shock from the first 2 punches. Like, he was like, "What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? So now, after that, I threw them last 2 punches, and I started running. And I'll never forget. Chucky Little was running on the side of me. I had a whole bunch of little kids running behind me. I felt like Rocky a little bit. You know what I'm saying? On the staircase when he got the little kids running behind him, I swear, yo, Dip, I tell you, I felt like Rocky. I'll never forget this life. So Chuck is running beside me. He says, "Yo, why are you running?" And honestly, I told him, I said, "I'm running." I got a big Kool-Aid smile on my face. I was like, "Yo, son, I don't know how long that shit was gonna last." So I took that one and ran with it. You know what I mean? I take that one and I ran with it, dude. I'm all right. I'm all right. Little kids running behind me, yeah, And you know what I noticed with that?
What?
Everybody remembers a winner.